Are you on TikTok?
No.
But you watch TikToks? You don't even have an account to watch them?
No, I don't. Are we recording right now? What's happening? No, I don't. I don't have a TikTok account. I just, if someone sends me a TikTok, it takes me to the Safari web browser TikTok that I then watch through the video once, and then it moves on to a totally random other TikTok. And it's made me realize that I could never have a TikTok. It seems like anxiety mixed up into a...
Yeah. There's also alleges that it's just Chinese spyware and they're watching you.
But they're very funny.
I know. It's very enticing.
There's some pretty funny ones.
There's some pretty entertaining ones.
I just sent one. I just sent a TikTok, but I saw it on Facebook.
So it was like reposted from TikTok.
Yes. But it's that, it like when I never see it on TikTok because I'm not ever on TikTok. But if you see it on Instagram or on Facebook with the little TikTok in the corner.
We all know how it works.
The watermark.
Because I like to experiment with different platforms. In terms of video, I thought I was late to the party, but I was like, I'll give it a go. I'll try TikTok.
Are we recording?
Yeah, sure.
You never told me we started recording.
Part of the magic.
Oh, great.
And so I made one video, put it on TikTok.
Was it one of these?
No, it was not a dance video. It was like a little sketch thing, and then I found myself immediately like anxious about.
That's what I said.
Posting another one.
That's what I said.
Or finding, or like, is this getting out there? And I'm just like, I don't need any part of this.
That's why I love this podcast, Roman.
Long form.
We don't care. It could go nowhere, and this is still just as fun.
That's so true. Yeah, that's right. We're not sweating it. We're trying not to sweat it. I sometimes over sweat it.
Yeah, I mean, you're also the one that's putting together the videos. Though,
yeah.
It makes sense why you would sweat it.
But I'm not sweating it trying to blow up. You know what I'm saying? If it does, hey, I'm not going to stop it.
If you act like this, if it blows up, I will not blow up with you.
My name is Roman, and I'm going to be your tour guide on this, host of nostalgia, of fun, of conversation. And I'm here with my little brother,
Cameron, and I'm going to be your tour guide on this conversation of nostalgia, fun, and whatever other thing he said. I'm a co-tour guide.
Yeah. I bet a lot of people don't know this, but that you're younger than me.
Yeah.
By 2 years.
Yep. 2. Yeah. Should I say more?
No, we're not going to say our ages because we don't want to be tracked down.
Also, if we said our ages, it'd be wrong in a year.
That's so true. We got
and for me, in just a few short months.
Okay, Cameron, we got to keep it timeless.
All right,
okay?
timeless. Yeah, it's not going to be my birthday soon.
Yeah, this podcast, it's called Two Brothers, Five Things. We're real brothers, and we talk about
5 real things.
5 real things about whatever the topic is we're talking about. The top 5 of that topic. And today's topic is top 5. What did I say it was?
You're the one, the childhood junk foods.
Yeah, but how did I word it? I said...
You texted me the words childhood junk foods.
No, I didn't say childhood junk foods. I said kids junk foods that are actually delicious.
Oh, yeah.
Like that you would eat as an adult and still think it's delicious.
I misunderstood this list.
Oh, no.
This should be good, though. This is good. Oh, yeah. Kid junk foods that rule is how you texted
Kid junk foods that rule.
Yeah. I guess I'd still stand by all the things that I've put down. I do have some honorable mentions though, so that'll help.
Well, let's get right into it.
I think so.
This isn't about TikTok. This isn't about whatever the heck else we were talking about. No. It's about kids junk foods that rule.
That just flat out rule.
Which means my number 5 is Cookie Crisp. Oh, Cookie Crisp.
Cookies for breakfast?
Yes, exactly.
Come on.
What parent in their right mind is going to get Cookie Crisp? Ours didn't.
Yeah, we never had it.
I ate it somehow at other people's houses, maybe, but
which is funny because we weren't entirely health conscious like back then.
No, but also we didn't buy the
more so now.
We didn't buy the name brand cereals
because they're all the same.
Yeah.
Like to this day, give me some Honey Nut Scooters. Honey Nut Cheerios is a waste of money.
Give me some Frosted Mini Spooners.
Yes. Frosted Mini Wheat is a waste of money.
It is. You're paying for the marketing, guys.
It's exactly.
You didn't get that yet. They're all made at the same factory. You're just paying for the marketing.
Yeah. This is
I don't know that they're actually made at the same factory, but
yeah,
you know.
this is getting maybe needlessly pointed at big business. So
Big cereal.
big cereal coming at you.
Oh,
Big cereal coming at you, trying to make you pay that extra 25 cents.
Yeah, so we always went with the General
Mills?
No, not General Mills.
Oh.
It was like the Great Value.
Nah,
You got the Great Value brand at the Walmart.
that's the value. That's the brand
Smart.
that I try
That's
to
thinking
use.
smarter, not harder.
Yeah, well, it's not really applicable, but yeah.
It is, because you don't have to work as hard to make more money to buy the name brand cereal. So you're thinking
Man.
smarter by buying the value brand.
So that you don't have to work as hard and make as much money.
Thinking smarter, not harder.
And in a roundabout way, that actually works.
Exactly.
Good save, Roman.
So Cookie Crisp is delicious. It is
Cookie Crisp.
sweet, and it tastes like cookies.
And they used to have a much better mascot on the commercials. It was an adorable little dog.
Cereal commercials were the steez back then.
What does that mean?
It means they were the best.
Oh.
They were
Well, then, yeah.
all over the place. Do
Yeah.
they even make cereal commercials anymore?
I don't know if they make commercials anymore. I've been streaming stuff for years
I
now.
literally make commercials for a living.
I was living with my in-laws at one point, very recently, while our house was being built. Dang it.
Cameron.
Dang it.
They know you have a house now.
Oh, what a fool
They know
I
you have a
am.
nice new house.
What a fool I am. This sure isn't it.
No.
Whatever we're recording sure isn't it.
We're in a basement.
We're in a very well lit basement. Yeah, but when I was living with them, they still have the cable. Is that what it's called? The cable?
That's what I think so.
TVs.
That or satellite
And
dishes.
they watch commercials.
I mean, what's wrong with you people?
And I said, I could stream this show on Netflix right now. Why don't we just hop over to Netflix and just watch this without commercials? And they said, and I quote, sometimes you need the commercial break to like get up and go to the bathroom. And I was like, there's a pause button. I was out of my mind because it was like, all right, commercial time. I haven't had to deal with commercials in a solid 8 years.
Yeah.
Maybe 6.
They are extremely annoying when you're
To the
watching.
point that
when they're forced on you.
Yeah, to the point that now, like, I get pretty upset. Even like on YouTube. Remember back in the good old days when YouTube didn't have commercials?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now I am a YouTube Premium subscriber, so I don't see commercials on YouTube anymore. You think it's like you're gonna be like, oh, it's a waste of money.
The rich get richer.
But I have to do it for my job all the time. Is reference videos on YouTube.
Yeah, me too.
Constantly. And it's a waste of time. If I gotta wait 30 seconds to watch a video,
Did you know?
saving me time? I gotta think smarter, not harder.
Hey, fun little life hack for you guys. If you are someone who has a computer with like one of the touch bars, you know what I'm talking about?
I have one.
Like a little
It's useless.
light up touch bar. It's not whenever it comes to YouTube. So if there's a commercial going on YouTube, you know how you see like the little video bar? Like for how long the video is?
Sure.
If you just swipe it all the way to the side, it skips the commercial. You can skip commercials.
Again,
if you have a touch bar.
I pay extra to not see commercials.
I know, but all of you out there that aren't just flushing your money. For people like me, us peasants of the world,
peasants that have laptops with touch bars.
Yes, exactly. Those kind of like just enough. Yeah, you
Very
can just
middle
you
class.
just drag that touch bar. Well, my good friend Sterling showed it to me.
Way to go, Sterling.
Thanks, Sterling. You're the best. Hey, if you ever listen to this, you're the best. Anyway, on to my number 5.
Yeah.
All right, sweet. The old Star Crunch.
The Star Crunch.
Is that what that's? Oh, your face.
Yeah.
Your face didn't remember it at first.
We're talking about Little Debbie.
Yeah.
Caramel.
It's like
and
a
rice
yeah.
and chocolate into this
weird patty.
Yeah.
But here's what was great about a Star Crunch. Beyond it was just actually really delicious and amazing. But if you weren't feeling it that day at lunch, you could trade.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna want your Star Crunch for their Cheetos.
Yeah, trading
for their Jello pack.
Bartering
or their
at the
snack
lunch
pack.
Bartering at the lunch table is a lost art. Kids don't even know how to go. I mean,
Sometimes
they
I miss
probably
it.
still do it these days. I don't know.
Maybe, but like I don't know. To me, it's just
It was
there was
like
something about having a Star Crunch and knowing I've got the Bitcoin of currency. Like I know that I can get whatever I want.
Yeah.
It's the perfect bartering
You're
tool.
gonna have your pick of the litter.
Yeah. And then whatever someone else, you just trade for someone's whole sandwich if you want to. Give me that turkey club. I've got a Star Crunch. Anyway,
I remember
I was a hard dealer.
My favorite
of Star
trade to
Crunch.
make at lunchtime was with JB Reynolds,
Come to the show soon.
Benefit Medical Apparel
Shout out.
owner. He was my childhood best friend, and we would go. He would bring these frozen teriyaki chicken.
Oh man.
Meat. Like frozen teriyaki chicken meat, and that was it. And it was like he would just pop it in the microwave and eat it. And it was like it came in a big frozen bag.
Yeah.
And I just, for whatever reason, I loved him. I just loved that teriyaki chicken, and I would always trade. I would go on the day that was like pizza day, and I would buy pizza.
Yeah.
We got one lunch a week that we could buy at school, and I would buy pizza, and I would trade him my pizza for his healthy teriyaki chicken meat. That's probably why I'm so healthy to this day.
That's probably not the case. It's probably why Jim Bob, JB, sorry to say your old name. It's probably why he like really got out of shape. And he's a real fatso to this day.
He literally competes in bodybuilding competitions.
He's a bodybuilder, and he's in the best shape of his life.
Oh, man,
goodness. Sorry.
Number
Sorry
4.
about back there.
Toaster strudel.
The
now
one that you have to put your own.
You put your own icing on, and this
Give me another pack of that icing, right?
I know, right? You never had enough.
Yeah.
They always skimp it on the icing.
It's true.
If they come out with a toaster strudel where it has double the amount of icing,
I mean, they probably
would
already did.
make a mint.
A mint flavored one?
They would make a mint. But toaster strudel, I love it. It's pitched as a delicious, healthy breakfast.
Oh boy.
And it is just not.
Yeah.
We're talking about it's a pastry with fruit filling. That's probably no fruit at all.
I mean, I think
And
the
you got
majority
icing
of
on
us
it.
know what a toaster strudel is.
I'm going to continue describing it for you.
I love how vivid you're describing it.
But
though.
am I just me, or are they delicious?
There were Pop-Tarts and then there were toaster strudels.
Yeah, Pop-Tarts are basically a poor man's toaster strudel, if you ask me.
I love
They're probably
I
owned
used
by
to
the
love
same company.
Pop-Tarts. Big Tart.
Big morning pastry.
Yes, big morning pastry. Man, they're taking us for all we're worth.
Oh my gosh.
They got us on Pop-Tarts. They got us on toaster strudels.
No, but literally they probably are all owned
Danishes.
They're all owned by General Mills. This mic's probably owned by General Mills. They own everything.
Dang, that is
Or Unilever.
that is what I like to call diversifying. That's it, diversifying.
All right, what's yours?
My number 4 is and I couldn't remember the name of them, but they're like the cheese cracker packs, like where you it came with like a little stick that you could spread. You remember those? Like
That's
the little
in my
red
list. Yes, it's deeper in my list.
What's the name of it? Do you remember it?
I have no idea, but
it's not Dunkaroos.
it's got 8 sticks, and you can it's like bread sticks.
Yeah. Well, there's 2 different kinds. There was like just the cracker and then like the red plastic stick that they would give you to spread on the cheese. But then those was the ones that I originally thought of.
Yeah. It's
which was, I don't know what those are called though, but
I think they were
like,
called breadsticks, like breadsticks and cheese.
Well, that's just
anything
that's just way too aptly named.
Anything that had something in a pack that you peeled something off and you were able to dip something into that, cream or cheese or whatever.
Yeah.
That was just like it's giving you the ultimate control.
It's kind of and it's kind of like it's similar to the Fun Dip, but it's like
Fun Dip.
Fun Dip. I don't know what that stick was made of, but
Sugar.
That's not what it was for.
It's made of sugar.
You don't eat that.
That's just sugar.
It's a placebo kind of thing. it's probably just sugar. But it's just the Fun Dip.
Wait, you
same
didn't
thing.
eat the Fun Dip stick?
It was disgusting.
Everyone eats the Fun Dip stick. That's
I mean,
half the fun of dipping.
You do eat the Fun Dip stick, but
I agree.
at the end, it's not good.
Yeah.
Because you've already had the good stuff. You ate all the sugar.
You ate the pure sugar, and now you're having to deal with the sugar and
That was mixed
binder
with
and
fillers.
chemicals, whatever that is.
Yeah, give me pure sugar any day. But yeah, the cheese crackers I really liked being
Man, I
able to.
love me some cheese. You talking about like? I forgot about the ones that you spread the cheese with a little knife.
And it's the grossest cheese, but like it hit like right in the right spot,
Along the same lines, this is not one that I still think is good, but Cheese Whiz. Just
like in the can?
Yeah, like canned
Oh,
Cheese Whiz
man.
and crackers.
It just
I remember just being all about it.
I think the reason I was about like the cheese in a can was because of the guy from the Goofy movie.
Yep.
He was like, Leaning Tower of Cheese.
Yeah.
And he would just like, spray the cheese. Like, I think that's why I wanted to like spray cheese so much.
Spray cheese.
Was it because of like aerosol cheese? I don't know. What do you call it?
Do they still make spray cheese?
I'm sure it's still a thing.
It probably is.
It's gotta still be a thing. But like that's like that guy from Goofy movie was probably the reason I wanted to like the cheese, but it just wasn't good. It just was not good.
We've said the word cheese a lot.
You just wait for the rest of my list, pal.
All right, my number 3. Fudge rounds.
Oh man,
Fudge rounds.
We are in big ones.
The big ones. They made small ones.
The extra large are the only kind you go with.
The extra large, they have a gratuitous amount of cream in them.
Yes,
fudge cream.
Yeah,
and they were probably my favorite Little Debbie snack was the fudge round.
Oh man, I just remembered one of my favorite that I didn't get to put on the list.
Just say it. There's no shame in it.
Christmas tree cakes.
Oh, me too. I should have put Christmas tree. Shout out to Jared Hogue.
And I think the reason they probably, because I did think about them, but I was like, this is not like a.
Well,
I still eat these
zebra cakes.
Every year I still eat Christmas tree cakes.
Well, maybe we should have
just on Christmas.
But zebra cakes are like the original. Like they sell them throughout the year, and then they have.
That's
Christmas
why
tree cake. Same thing.
No. It's not. It's not the same thing.
Yeah, because I guess they have little sprinkles on them.
You have the red sprinkles, the red dye number 7. Just to get all those weirdos that are allergic to them out of there. That's what they wanted. Hey, no offense.
I do love the way that you bite into a Christmas tree cake and it just kind of snaps a little bit.
Yeah, and then your mouth's kind of waxy at the end. What's this doing to the rest of my body that it's going to touch?
It's just getting caked in there.
It's just really good. And you only need one every year at Christmas, and then you're good.
One individual cake?
One pallet.
I do love that, man. Little Debbie really had a corner on the market.
Man, Deborah was just smart. She was a businesswoman.
Yep.
And independent.
Small in stature, but smart.
Yes, very much so.
She was Little Deborah.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
I wonder if Little Deborah was a real person. She probably was. Think there's a Deborah Jones that started Little Debbie, and she's like 90 years old now. And when she was younger, she was like,
I dare say she's probably passed by now.
Here's what I think happened. Deborah Jones.
Oh, tell me the story.
This is in the early 1930s.
Yep.
Years, almost 100 years ago, maybe 90, 80 years ago.
You could do the math and know exactly how many years ago.
She's in her kitchen slaving away, and she's making the town's best treats.
Get your treats here. Get your treats.
She's got a little storefront. She says Deborah's Treats, and then along comes big breakfast, big lunch.
The general.
Along comes
Sergeant Mills.
Sergeant General Mills.
Wait, no. General was his rank. That's what I was Private Mills at that point.
Okay, no. Along comes a representative from big agriculture, big grocery, and says, Deborah.
Listen here, Deborah.
You got something here.
You've got some great snacks there.
I could take this and I could make you a mint.
Sell them to me, and I'll make your wildest dreams come true.
All I need is you to sign right here on the dotted line.
In blood.
So, Deborah, being the naive, sweet little lady she was
so young.
She signed and said, all right, you can have my name. And then...
Wow.
And then this businessman, he took all the recipes. He took it to his factory, slapped Deborah all over the packaging, and made trillions of dollars.
Wow.
Cut Deborah out, and now Deborah's dead.
Wow. That's basically exactly the story of Famous Amos cookies.
You're right.
It's a pretty incredible story if you've ever heard the story of the actual Famous Amos, but that's pretty much what you just described.
I'm going to go look up the story of Little Debbie and see how close I was.
Hey, if
probably
you know,
not from like the 20s.
Debbie, if you're out there. Debbie, can you hear me? Sorry about back there. Debbie, if you can hear us, we are with you. We're on your side.
We're on your side,
We
Debbie.
want to help you get your snacks back. We're going to start a campaign starting today. We're going to start signing petitions. There's one in the link to this video and one in the link to this podcast. And you can sign it for...
we're going to get 4 million signatures by the end of the week.
And I don't know what it's going to do, but she'll know we're on her side.
We're with you, Debbie. Fudge runs are awesome.
Yeah. Also the rest of the stuff. My number 3, is that where we're at? Yeah. My number 3 is hot dogs that you cut open and put little Kraft singles like the cheese in it. Now this is real. Like, this is junk food.
This is real
food. We used to use those as betting, currency.
Yep.
It's like, hey, I'll race you. Fastest kid gets 2 cheese hot dogs that I cut the hot dog open and put a little bit of cheese in there, pop it in the microwave, let it melt a little, a little bit.
I'm like getting hungry thinking about that.
Like, do you remember that? Do you remember like using those to like bet other kids?
I do. Do you remember?
I remember preparing those for a race that you had. Like, I'll go make the hot dogs, guys. I'll be right back. Don't start running until I get here. First one across the line gets this plate of 2 gross hot dogs. Just cheesy. Like, I mean, literally, you just cut like halfway into it and you just put like Kraft cheese in it. And it was so gross. But I mean, like, that was when I was a kid.
That was
totally
so fancy.
Ruled. Totally ruled.
It was so fancy.
We were, and I don't think the technology of like the cheddar dog had been invented yet. Like, that's new technology, people. You're not seeing that in the early 90s.
No, they weren't infusing hot
yeah.
dogs with anything.
They weren't raising cheese-filled pigs at that point. But oh man, we have taken some leaps in technology, man.
Yeah, I remember frequently, maybe even daily, I don't know, going in and just eating a hot dog straight out of the fridge cold.
Yeah.
Did you do this?
Of course.
You're hungry, you're like, I need a snack. Go in and get a cold hot dog and just eat it right out of the package.
Right. Yeah. What are we even talking about here?
Do people do that? Other people do that?
I don't know. I also ate frozen peas though, and that was kind of my preferred method of eating peas.
I think a lot of people do that. I've heard a lot of people do that.
Well, I
don't know about eating cold hot dogs.
I'd take an ice brick of peas and I would just start munching on them.
Yeah.
But
anyway,
but as far as
if you eat cold hot dogs or did when you were a kid, leave us a comment.
It was kind of gross though, but it was like, I'm cool with this.
That and cold pepperonis.
No, the cold ronies are always good.
I love cold ronies right out of the fridge.
Paparonas. Anyway, a little bit of
that's really funny.
Parks and Rec reference.
My
the
number
store across
two,
the street has pizza with paparonas.
Paparonas. My number 2 was the cheese breadsticks / cookies and cream. You get the cookies and
the
like
cookies and cream, like
Dunkaroo type style. I don't think we ate Dunkaroos.
No.
But there was some version of cookies dipped in cream.
Yeah,
that
I remember that.
Our friends had.
You're throwing those awful close to my face. My number 2. This is like real nostalgia. Okay, whenever we would go to Arkansas, go visit Grandma Johnson, and Grandpa Johnson, get the Heath Bar Crunch ice cream bars. You remember those from the Schwansman? From the Schwansman?
The Schwansman.
The Schwansman would come through, and he would sell these to our grandma, sweet little lady, and every time I was there, they always had Heath Bar Crunch ice cream bars.
They were delicious, and I can taste it right now.
Me too, and it makes me think of Grandma every time. Makes me think of Grandma and Grandpa Johnson.
Yeah, I did this exercise the other day that I closed my eyes and see, and I thought if I could picture Grandma Johnson's entire house, and I did.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I could like remember all these weird details. I haven't been there in 20 years.
I remember it.
Maybe not 20 years.
And you walk in, you've got the living room, that dining room.
We don't have to describe it for everybody.
You got the kitchen, you go upstairs into the attic, you go through, there's the family room. Over to the left, you go to their master bedroom, but down the hall, there's the guest bedroom, and there was a bathroom in between those two.
Too.
I remembered exactly, vividly, and I don't know why.
Yeah, see if you can do that. Close your mind, close your eyes.
Close your mind.
Think about if you can picture going to your grandma's house, or some house you haven't been to in 20 years, but 10 years maybe haven't. See if you can picture your way all the way through. It was a good little mind exercise.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
You know, we like to give health advice on this podcast, so maybe it's probably good for your mind.
Yeah, I mean it's meditation, I think, probably.
Probably.
So yeah, just focus on that.
We're definitely not qualified.
Let all your cares and worries drift away. Close your eyes. I'm going to talk you through it real quick.
Okay.
Let yourself drift off. Drift. Keep those eyes closed. Now. You're standing at the front door of your grandma's house.
I'm there.
Yeah. All right, I'll let you guys go through the rest of it. But man, I feel better.
I feel relaxed.
That's meditation.
I'm ready to finish out this podcast. Number one, should we say it at the same time?
I don't think it's the same thing.
You sure?
Oh, I'm thinking it's probably the same thing.
Okay.
If this was not on your list, you messed up.
I agree. If this is not on your list, then you messed up. Okay, so
right.
we'll say one, two, three, and then say it.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Cinnamon sugar toast.
Cinnamon sugar toast. I loved it.
You went for packaged foods.
I did Gushers. I said Gushers.
Gushers are good, but do you remember how Mom would make the cinnamon sugar toast?
I've tried to recreate it to this
You
day.
can't do it.
And I don't think I can do it because my bread is too fancy. I have too fancy of bread. We had like Great Value bread, and that's what made it like so good. I don't know whether it was the bread or the butter. It was bread, butter, and cinnamon sugar. The ratios thereof were just
she had the perfect amount
amazing.
Of butter, the perfect amount of cinnamon sugar, the exact right amount of toasting. I can't.
It's
to
so
this
good.
Day, I want to be able to. I maybe have a kid, and I want to be able to make that same toast for him/her. Just trying to keep all the details completely ambiguous.
You're not saying that there's no.
Not saying that I do have a kid, but if I did have a kid,
it could be misconstrued that you were saying that he can pick his own pronouns.
No, that's not what I meant. No, he's
a boy.
He's definitely a boy. But I was just trying to. I'm always pretty bad about letting all the details out of my whole family, and you're always getting on to me for that.
So you want to keep that stuff close to the vest.
And the first time that I tried to go the other way, look at me. Just tripping over my words.
Yeah, cinnamon
next time
toger.
I'm just going to say his name.
I said cinnamon toger just now.
Yeah, cinnamon toger.
Cinnamon sugar toast.
Yeah, it's great.
I ate it for breakfast for probably 2 years straight.
Just
And
breakfast?
I turned out fine.
I had it for breakfast for 2 years straight, and look at me now.
And also, Gushers.
Yeah.
To this day, if I see a pack of Gushers and I'm able, for some reason I'm able to eat it,
Yeah.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to throw health concerns out the window, and I'm going to eat those Gushers because the minute you bite into one and
What
that
is the
juice
situation
gushes,
where you're not able to eat it?
if like I'm saying like if I'm at like a party or something, there's like Gushers there. I don't know when the last time that actually happened. But
What kind of parties are you going to?
you know what I should do? I should have a party, and I should get all these crappy snacks that nobody in their right mind as adults eats anymore. And I should have a crappy snack party, and we should invite all of our friends.
It's called a jamboree, Roman. We used to do it all the time. Remember?
I mean, yeah,
Thanksgiving jamboree?
yeah, but I'm saying like stuff like this, like prepackaged stuff like Gushers.
All the
and
things
like
that were on
Little
our
Debbie.
list. Let's throw a party with all of the food items that were on our lists.
So I'm saying we should do.
Oh.
And they're all
then
invited.
we're on the same page.
Everyone's invited.
Keep following us on this podcast
Yep.
and on social medias. And we'll let you know when that party is because it's going to be a rip-roaring time.
Tickets will be $150
What?
a piece. Yep.
Roman, I can't afford to go.
Well, sorry. I'll be there.
Can I come in for free?
No. $150 cover charge. How am I supposed to buy all the snacks?
That's a good point. Sorry it's so
man.
expensive, but you'll want to be there. Trust me.
You're going to want those Gushers.
You're going to want as many Gushers as you can handle. You can have them. You
Yeah,
can eat 'em.
I remember a quick aside about Gushers. Mm-hmm. When we were in Springfield, or when my dad lived in Springfield, our dad, and
Heard of them.
he did a lot of trade out deals with people for personal
Cardinals.
training. Yeah, he did this. We had this store
Yeah.
in Springfield called Cardinals where he did trade out with the owner, and the store would buy up pallets and pallets of goods. I don't even know what you call it, like a consignment store, maybe.
So
it was
a lot of times what would happen is like if there was like a semi truck would like crash or something, but like not all the stuff was damaged. They still had to they would still sell off everything that was
they
on
go
the
to
truck.
the auctions and
they
buy
would go
all
to
this random
auctions
stuff.
and get all of it. So they had the most random assortment of things.
Yeah,
but it was a wonderland.
It was a wonderland because it was literally like imagine being a kid and you go in and it's like anything you want in the store.
Oh, look at those. Those are knives.
It was
Ooh,
like-
look, here's all the toys. Oh, downstairs, there's some carpet.
To us, the trade out was basically free.
Yeah.
It's all free because he's going to continue to do personal training to whenever.
Yeah.
Forever, I guess.
Yeah.
To balance it out. But yeah, we went there all the time, got like video games.
Yeah.
But I remember that they had gotten a ton of boxes of Gushers in.
Man.
And we got traded for like, I don't know, 4 or 5 boxes, like economy-sized boxes of Gushers.
Man.
And
Is Cardin still a thing?
I would be shocked if it was, but who knows? Maybe it is.
Well, if Cardin's is still a thing in Springfield, go there, give them your business. They're amazing.
Yeah, but
Wonderful
over the
people.
summer, I ate a ton of Gushers and
Yeah.
slightly got sick of them, but still, they were still
So
awesome.
they just had the perfect amount of gush, and if you eat them right, it's just a beautiful thing. I just loved it so much.
I was always hoping for a little more gush. I was like, man, it'd be great if
Couldn't do
this
it.
one has a little more gush.
And when it did, you were all like, "Whoa, all right."
Sour
It was
Gushers?
just oh, nah,
No?
nope, nah.
You're not a sour person?
I'm not a sour person. I don't like things that
Warheads?
make me go, ooh.
You ever like Warheads?
They're out of control. Wait, that's Airheads.
Warheads were like, I remember getting them at the skating rink, and
I
you
remember
never
getting Airheads
enjoyed
at the skating rink.
enjoyed them
But you were
at
like-
first, but once you got to the sweet part, it was all worth it.
You know what I used to do? Ask me.
What did you used to do, Cameron?
I used to take the pack of Warheads and I would go over to the water fountain and I would put water on the Warheads to get the majority of the sour off, and then I would put them in my mouth and eat them.
So you're-
as you eat most things.
So you're a big old baby when it comes to sour.
I don't want the sour. I wanted what was inside the Warhead.
You should just got a hard candy because that's all it was.
You want a hard candy?
But Warheads
Some
and
Werthers?
Airheads both remind me of the skating rink.
Same.
Yeah.
And being reminded of the skating rink reminds me that that's one of the last places I peed my pants in public. I was wearing quads, traditional quads, for the first time. I went to the urinal. I wasn't quite sure how quads worked, and they just got away from me, and I peed my pants.
Like you slipped and
I
fell,
was sliding.
and then
Well, my
peed
feet.
your pants when you hit
Basically,
the
what happened
ground?
was my feet started to just drift apart and just keep rolling, and I was like, "I'll just keep peeing." And then I'd hit this whoa.
I thought you were saying you hadn't started to go yet, and so you slipped and fell, and then because you had to go so bad, you just peed your pants.
No,
and you hit
I
the
was
ground.
I was using the restroom at the time, and
In
then
quads.
in quads, because hey man, you just roll into the bathroom,
Yeah.
go to the bathroom, come
I
back out,
remember.
get back on that roller rink, and no, while I was in there, my skates just started rolling, and I was a blade man before that. Nowadays, quads all day. I'm a traditional
They're
quad kind of fellow.
they're very
I do not go inline. I can't do it.
Quads have really making a comeback.
They have, and they're amazing, and that's I own my own pair. I still love.
You do?
I do.
How do I not know this about you?
Yeah, it seems like you should have. I've owned it for a while.
I've
Owned them
literally
for a
never
while.
seen you in skates in our adult lives.
I love them. I love skates, and it's just they're great. Anytime I get a chance, I don't know. It's probably like you and Gushers. I don't often get the chance to go roller skating, but if I do, I have my own quads to use. Traditional quads.
Would you
but
go
inline-
would you go out in the world, or would you just go to a rink?
No, just a rink. I wouldn't be skating down the side of the road
You
like
wouldn't be
some
the kind of person
weirdo.
making TikToks while skating. I feel like I've seen a lot of that.
I feel like no.
Skating around to what's that song? Here we go again. Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, yeah.
What is it?
forgot about
Dreams.
that.
Yeah, that was a big thing. Skating to that.
I did not know
Vibes.
that. Yeah. You remember the movie Roll Bounce?
No, but I remember the movie Brink. That was skate based.
Brink, but that was inline skates, and I hate inline.
I loved inline.
But I did love Brink. That was among one of my favorite DComs, if you will.
Rule.
Remember that jerk that just threw the rocks onto the ground?
Yes.
As the girls just doing the long downhill, and that was a pretty heavy moment.
That was heavy.
She was hospitalized.
Yeah, that was heavy.
Man, whatever happened to those kind of movies? But yeah, Brink was amazing.
Real issues.
Team Pup and Suds all the way.
You remember details about things that I just don't remember.
I just love Brink. I just really love that movie. And whenever he throws the shake in the other guy's face, I was like, one day I hope to throw a shake in someone's face. And you know what? Still haven't done it.
Maybe we can make it happen on this podcast.
Not right. It's a new house.
All right.
Whoops.
On to the honorable mentions. Nutty Bars from Little Deborah.
Deborah.
They are basically big Kit Kats. They're peanut butter chocolate layered treats, and they're delicious.
Yeah.
One of the things that I would bring in my lunch to school, and occasionally, if I wasn't feeling it, I would trade the Nutty Bar. But usually I would eat it because I love them. They're delicious.
Yeah.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, another cereal.
Yes.
That to
We're
this
aware.
day You've all heard of it.
Yeah, we've all heard of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It's still really
It's
good.
a chart topper for me when it comes to cereals.
Yeah.
Maybe someday we'll make a top 5 cereal list, and maybe not though, because
I don't know. It just seems pretty.
it's like
You want to just go through them real quick? Lucky Charms, Frosted Mini Spooners,
Reese's peanut butter cups, Puffs.
Reese's Puffs, peanut butter chocolatey flavor. Remember that commercial?
No, again, you remember the
cereal
details.
commercials. They used to be so good.
It used to be so good. Tony the Tiger.
Great.
And then I wrote FBTF.
Fruit by the foot.
Yep, fruit by the foot, which is basically the same thing as Gushers, which is basically the same thing as
It's just the gummy part. Yes.
fruit
roll-ups.
Roll-ups. Yeah.
What was your method of fruit roll-up? Did you actually like bite into it?
I would unroll it all the way.
I would ball it up
And just eat it straight, like boring wise.
You like a sandwich?
Yeah, like a sandwich.
No, I'd ball it up. And just.
But then you get all those. You get all the hand grease on there. I wasn't a fan of getting the hand grease on.
I guess that makes sense. Do you remember when fruit roll-ups did like the stamps, like where they had like little like perforated like stamps that you could pull out the fruit roll-up?
I do remember that.
That was incredible. I loved those. But
Just
I still would roll it up and eat it.
The new healthy version of those kind of snacks is like fruit
leathers.
Fruit leathers,
which sounds really gross, but they're delicious.
They're pretty good. They're not as good as fruit by the foot.
But
though.
I don't like
that they're
FBTF. That's what the cool kids call it.
Oddly enough, I had a fruit by the foot only not 2 days ago.
By the foot?
Yeah, fruit by the foot at my in-laws' house. Reagan, brother-in-law. Apparently he likes them, and they had them.
Apparently he likes them.
I mean, he's like in college.
Who doesn't like them? I mean,
they like buy them for him.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's just my father-in-law. Wow. He might just eat them. I'm not sure.
That's a good point.
But it was great. I mean, it totally held up.
They always do. Was that your honor? Was that all of them?
Yep.
Okay. Mine. One of them already said Christmas tree cakes. Pizza rolls.
Pizza rolls
Totinos
are delicious.
Some Totinos. Remember that
pizza
commercial?
Rolls.
Remember that
Mom, give me Totinos. I don't remember the commercial.
I love Totinos. Shh. They're all trying to be super quiet, and then like the kind of chunkier kid takes a bite of Totino's pizza rolls, and he just yells out, "I love Totinos!" And they were trying to sneak into the kitchen to eat the Totino's pizza rolls,
and then I got caught.
And I got caught because
karma.
He loved them. He loved Totino's pizza rolls too much.
He couldn't help himself.
He couldn't help but take a bite and yell, "I love Totino's pizza rolls."
Man, advertising. It really sticks with you.
I mean,
I don't remember
it sticks with me, apparently.
You do.
Another thing.
On the long same lines, pizza bagels were good. Little mini pizza bagels.
They're good. I always found them really tough. The bagel part was too tough.
Too bready.
Too tough.
The only thing about pizza rolls is you had to wait like 45 minutes for them to cool down enough to eat.
You needed to eat them after the fact. You needed to be late to the party, and nobody ate the pizza rolls, and you needed to eat them.
But if you waited too long, they got cold and gross. So there's like a sweet spot.
No, you have to eat them in the cold and gross.
10-minute sweet spot.
There's like, okay, 30 minutes, they're molten lava that if you eat them, you have to get a new mouth, plastic surgery wise. And then there's like 5 minutes of, these are good. And then after that, from then on out, it's like, what am I doing? Why do we even have those? So it's possible that you could put it on your plate, and by the time you get to the table, you've missed it.
I wonder if there's anything, if at parties, there'd be a lot of leftover pizza rolls sometimes, maybe. I wonder if you could like turn those into something else.
Like an art piece?
No, like you chop them up and like put them making them into like a batter. Or you could breading.
You could blend them together and make them into a dough. Then you use that dough to make a pizza.
Yeah, and then you'd have a pizza roll pizza.
Totino's, why have we not done this yet? Come on, Totino's.
Any other honorable mentions?
I have two more, and they're both ice cream based, but I didn't do them because I had the ice cream on there already. The Brahms peanut butter cup ice cream, still to this day.
It's not really a kid junk food, though. I mean, anybody.
When I was a kid, that was my.
I loved it. I do. It is delicious.
One time I remember I got a bowl of that peanut butter cup ice cream. I've hit some low points with that peanut butter ice cream, the peanut butter cup. One time when we were at the rent house, that was like across from that Catholic church, different church. We lived in a lot of houses across from churches, apparently.
Gilcrease. Guaranteed safety.
The Gilcrease one.
The Lord's protection.
Yes, and that's not
The
how that
Lord's
works, I don't think.
hedge
but
of protection extends to our
I don't think
house.
that's what that meant in the Bible. But yeah, so I remember I got myself a big old bowl of the peanut butter cup ice cream, went to sit at the bar, and then the stool just all the way to the ground. I was like, oh God. It was a perfectly good bowl of peanut butter.
You dropped
peanut
it on
butter
the
cup.
floor?
It just spilled out on me because I just broke the stool. And I'm ashamed to say I still ate some of it. And then there was
funny.
one time in my life that this was later in life where I'd kind of gotten in shape, but kind of also gotten back out of shape by that point. And I sat down on the couch with a bowl of peanut butter cup ice cream from Brahms, and I'm eating it, and I realized halfway through the show, I'm watching The Biggest Loser while sitting on a couch eating this peanut butter cup ice cream. That was another low moment for me.
Yeah, I found myself doing similar things. I don't know about weight loss shows, but like watching that show alone, like they're like, it's like this wilderness survival show, and they're like struggling, haven't eaten for like 5 days to get, and they're trying to get a fish,
And you're
I'm like feasting yeah, on some late night indulgence, and they're just like, I just think I have it so easy.
And you're just like, come on, guy, kill the yak, do that.
kill the muskox.
And you're just like, eat your mouth full of ice cream.
yeah, it's probably ice cream.
Yeah.
It's probably Ben and Jerry's ice cream. Let's be honest.
And then the other ice cream that I had, which this one definitely was a childhood, and I thought of it because I recently saw like the Ice Cream Man, like SpongeBob ice cream. Like, you remember that Ninja Turtles, like with the gumball eyes?
Oh yeah.
I think it was Raphael.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, those
were delicious.
those were the days.
Those were the days. Ice cream. You hear the ice cream truck.
Yeah.
You run out. You say, "Mom,
You
Mom,
have a very, very
I need
short
$1."
window. You have a very short window to get inside, get $1, come back outside,
Yep.
and catch the man. Was it you who chased one like around the block?
Probably.
Because like you missed it, but you got your $1, but he was already turning the corner, and you were like, "Wait, guy!"
There is nothing worse than thinking you're going to get an ice cream from the ice cream truck and then missing the truck.
Yeah,
And just having to go without.
yeah, yeah.
Nothing worse.
I mean, there's probably worse things.
It is the worst feeling in that moment. You have your $1. You're like, I could have had an ice cream if I only got it if I got my $1 just a little bit sooner.
Yeah,
I could have had a Raphael with gumball eyes.
yeah. Did you ever eat the gumball eyes or?
Always.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I
yeah,
chewed
totally.
them.
Yeah.
I didn't eat them. I chewed on them. What? It's gum.
You weren't supposed to. 7 years and they were still in my system.
I don't think I ever got anything besides the character with the gumball eyes. Or there was
neither.
also a baseball mitt with a gumball
with a big
baseball.
gumball. Yeah, that's I got that a lot.
I never got the drumstick. Never got just a lame old fudge sickle.
It didn't make sense.
If you're paying for a premium experience, you want a character or some shape of a thing that you're into.
It was really only the baseball mitt and Raphael. Like, those were the two that I would go back and forth.
SpongeBob came a little later.
SpongeBob was later, but it was still good.
I mean, it's the same thing.
I mean, it's the same exact thing. Gumball eyes, weird character that doesn't quite look like the character.
But that ice cream that makes up the Raphael and the mitt, like, what is that? It's like a weird
Can't call it.
dance between ice cream and popsicle.
It was, it's like this is like almost like a push pop, like those things. Remember those? Which
the push
also
pop.
should have made the list. Good Lord.
Flintstones push pops. Those were so good.
What are our lists? We're gonna need to do an
Flintstone
ice
push
cream based
pops.
list.
We do.
Yeah, those Flintstone push pops were really good, but like it's that kind of consistency,
Yeah, it's
but just like flattened.
probably loaded with chemicals, binders, fillers.
At that point in my life, I really didn't care about that sort of thing.
We didn't know.
We didn't know better.
You didn't know better. You
Big
didn't
ice
care.
cream was just taking us for all we were worth.
We were having GMOs for breakfast.
Yeah.
Give me more of those GMOs.
Washing it down with some more GMOs. I
How
don't
about
know
you
what
want
else.
you want some red dye number 7 with that?
I'll have
Sure.
2, please.
We were blissfully ignorant.
You want some orange juice? No, but I will have Sunny D, which is definitely not orange juice, but they say it's kind of like it.
Hey kid, you want some Kool-Aid that's just sugar and water with a little bit of flavoring mixed in?
Only if you add some sugar.
Man, we turned out fine.
Yeah. Turns out you could get it completely wrong and still have a pretty wonderful life.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got time. We got time for days.
Who knows who to believe? I don't know. I don't trust
know.
big cereal.
I don't trust big cereal either, man. Especially the general, Sergeant Mills, you know?
Yeah.
I don't trust him because he took Little Debbie for all she was worth.
What a sad story.
The harrowing story of Deborah Jones.
Deborah Jones. Yeah. What a
Call back
ride.
to that. Yeah. What a wonderful day this was. That was all my honorable mentions.
Yeah,
so
that was all mine too.
I think we're good to go.
And now I really want to get a snack of some kind. Do you have any snacks here? At this undisclosed location?
Oh, looky there. On this here monitor, somebody's moving. Maybe it's a monitor of my gerbil that I don't have. But I have snacks. Let's go get some snacks.
All right.
Oh, yeah, brothers.
Brothers on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Brothers! Snack time.